Well, hello everyone. It is me, GamePank121. And today we're going to be coming at you live with another reaction video. Well, not really reaction, but again, my usual style of making fun of people on the internet. So, last time we left off on some of the interesting Steam Deck stuff, I want to find it interesting that this man by the name of Canadian Gamer has decided to, do his own thing and double down. Very original, mind you. Never been done in the history of bad takes ever. Nah, I'm kidding. He's literally doing the quantum thing where he's just saying that every single person in this entire video, or this entire community of Steam Deck users is a cult. Even though he blatantly has misinformation, doesn't understand what the fuck he was even saying throughout half the video, constantly contradicted himself, and insulted the entirety of the PC gaming audience. Literally all of them throughout the PC gaming audience. Now, I just want to be very quick to say that the last video I said that he was a boomer, and he does actually double down on that boomer part that he was talking about earlier. I was just making a joke. I didn't realize that he actually meant the boomer status. Now, before anyone gets offended, and before anyone comes at me at this, I did get a comment on my last video from an older gentleman. Now, this older gentleman was much, much better, and he said that he was in his 60s. Now, for my opinion, when I use the word boomer, I don't mean it as a term to insult an entire generation. I mean it as more of a mindset of an immovable object, essentially. It's a basic mindset where the person thinks that everything that was of their time, their specific time, and in their specific manner, is the best manner and the only manner that the entirety of the world should revolve around. That's essentially what I'm meaning. There's a lot more nuances to that, and there's some people that are just like, oh yeah, there is some good in what you're saying, but there's also a lot of bad things in what you're saying. What I mean when I say boomer is I'm meaning the toxic mindset of the older generation, the ones that refuse to move forward with whatever the fuck technology is happening. And they don't care who the hell else they have to step on. Again, this can apply to literally anyone of any age. It just is a type of mindset where you are impossibly unable to move on from a specific time. Yeah. But also there's if you hear some crinkling, that's probably just me eating because my food just arrived. Anyway, let's get into that. This intro has been long enough, and this video is probably going to take a long time, but let's get into the horrifying encounter with the Steam Deck cult. Of course, this is a fucking rant. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with another video. Now, today's topic of conversation, little bit of a rant video, if you will. Again, we're talking about the Steam community, specifically the Steam Deck. So, about 2 days ago, I put out a video just addressing my concerns, my opinion, if you will, on the Steam Deck console, which was released earlier this year. And there seems to be a deep-rooted, toxic, vitriol cult surrounding this device. So, I put out this video.
Don't you fucking love it when, after his last video, insulting an entire community of people who are enjoying video games, that he comes out swinging again, calling us a cult. Now, let me be clear. You can have an opinion, and I wasn't saying that your opinion was wrong. I was just saying that your opinion was bad, and had a lot of misinformation in it. Now, yeah, there might be certain things that you get mad about, and I understand about getting mad about things. But I'm coming at you from a very open mindset here, and to say that, honestly, dude, you might want to actually get the device. And, again, you contradicted yourself plenty of times from before. It's if people are, and again, this isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened. You think that you're unique and special because you have a McDonald's fucking camcorder that you are recording out of whatever the fuck basement you are renting out of your friend's apartment or whatever. Cool, dude. Awesome. don't know how to feel about this, and I'm going to move on.
And I threw it out there. And the problem with my video, okay, the problem with my video is no one's allowed to have an opinion.
That was you, right? It was you. You're the problem with your video?
Okay? Unless it fits the narrative of the Steam Deck cult, no one's allowed to have an opinion on the device, okay? If you're not speaking highly about the device, then...
Oh. So, blatant lying. Gotcha. Yeah, I love how he and Quantum use the same exact defense. If you put them side by side, I'm fairly certain that they would get along pretty well. And again, Quantum's the type of guy who has the exact same opinions in the exact same manner. Well, where he'll play a video game, he'll do a thing and say that it's bad, and have this contrarian opinion that doesn't sort of quote unquote fit the narrative of whatever the fuck community that he's a part of, or that he's reviewing the game for. Yet, provides nothing of value, nor actual deeper analysis, nor substance to the actual thing that he's fucking reviewing. At least when I talk over videos, I give my opinion, and I tell you what I know. Like, for this instance, I know a lot about the Steam Deck. Why? Because I looked up a lot of information about it, and I retain a lot of that information very well in my time that I've, been alive. It's one of those things where you gotta understand where the context of something is coming from. And we'll get into this in a little bit, but you gotta understand the context of one thing rather than another thing. And this dude's about to show he doesn't fucking understand any context at all.
The cult comes out with pitchforks. If you go over to that video, there's got to be over 250 comments on that video. And I'm talking like novelist comments where you literally have to scroll down to read the whole comment. I'm not going to read these ridiculous long-ass comments from these cult members that swarmed my video just to, protest how good this device is and how wrong I am. Oh, that Canadian gamer, how dare he have an opinion? How dare he speak down on our device? Absolutely ridiculous, I got...
Can I just say, fuck your sound effects. Just straight up fuck them. That's disgusting, and I hate it so much. I feel like I'm watching a dumb, stupid Saturday night game show host trying desperately to get more views. It is dumb, it is stupid, and generally makes me fucking angry. It's annoying. Plus the audio is not balanced. That makes it doubly annoying. Jesus Christ. I don't use sound effects. I barely use music in my videos. Why? Because I know that I'm entertaining enough to capture a person's attention. You, sir, are insecure in that shit. Get more secure and stop using these dumb, stupid, generic sound effects. Or at least balance the audio in such a way that it doesn't make my ears hurt. But to get into his actual point here, he lists all of one comment that was an actual paragraph of everything. And he didn't even fucking read it. We'll get into this comment a little bit later. He'll show it a little bit later. But for right now, he just single cites this essay that a person wrote. And the person wasn't even just talking about that one video. That person was talking about multiple different videos. Again, we'll get into it later, and I'll actually read it, and I'll pause it so you can, so we can read through it together. I'm not going to read the whole comment because this video is going to be long enough. But just know, not every comment did that.
People in the comments that were straight up arguing with me. And they're like, what are you talking about? It doesn't come installed with Windows. Yes, it does. Oh, you can install Windows right out of the box. Sure you can. Sure you can. It's absolute bullshit. You got to run over to your fucking laptop or your desktop and somehow download Windows from there and then import it onto your Steam Deck. You know, sure, maybe it'll take 15 minutes for someone who lives in their mom's basement and has nothing better to do with their time to fool around with shit like that. But for the rest of us out there, especially those who are between the ages, let's say 37 and 60, we don't have time to fuck around with shit like that, okay? We don't have time to fuck around with shit like that. And the thing is, too, is like, if you talk to anyone who's not a YouTuber or who's not involved in the gaming community, if you talk to just a regular old consumer on the street, newsflash, they don't know what the Steam Deck is, guys. No one's heard of it, okay?
Fuck your sound effects.
Really, Asuna? You expect me to believe that? Even in that state, I'm not convinced you won't try to set me on fire with your mind. You're trying to do it right now, aren't you?
Stare.
Jesus. Kill me now and gag me with a spoon, Mrs. Henderson. That was awful. You used it within like 30 seconds of each other. You used it twice. The same stupid cheering thing. That's so getting on my nerves. But to get back into his point, the whole big thing that he is just fucking talking about is the fact that he made an opinion and he put it out on a public forum. And he's trying to say that the older generation doesn't get it and doesn't like it. Sir, shut the fuck up. Again, much like how I listed the comment at the beginning of the video, if I'm remembering the comment correctly, that person said that they did own a Steam Deck, and they are actually 60 plus, and they do actually enjoy it. And I adore that. I love when the older generations get into technology, because I know people who are in like the 30 to 60 category that are on places like VR and are being active in communities where they're generally younger people for this newer generation of whatever the fuck they're doing. And to me, it's kind of stupid to just assume that all of the other older generations don't have the internet to look up what the fuck to do if they had all wanted to do it. Which, you don't need to. You really don't. There's a lot to Windows, and there's a lot to Linux, and there's a lot to an OS system, rather than just downloading it, reinstalling it, and, like, again, people do that, and you said, oh, it can take you 15 minutes if you know what you're doing. It's like, yes, it can. And there is, again, videos and people doing it to give you that information. Why the fuck is it so hard to sit down for 15 minutes and watch a video that explains in detail, going into each of the steps, how to do the thing that you're doing? Like, what the fuck? How is that hard? Explain that to me. Explain that concept to me. Like, someone in the comments, explain how hard it is to view that video. I know that, like, some people can't sit down for that because of their job. It's like, that's understandable. But other than that, do you not just want to look this information up for funsies for no other reason? Like, I don't know. I don't get that because I look up random shit all the time. Like, for the fact that I know that a group of penguins is called a raft. Like, that's just information that I have in my brain and I looked up one day, and it was because I was bored. Anyway.
Guys cannot see the forest through the trees, okay? It's such a niche product. And you guys are stuck in this gaming community bubble, and you can't look at it from a 360-degree perspective to understand that this device is seriously flawed. And like I said, heaven forbid I'd have an opinion. You know, I got people calling me a noob. I got people calling me an idiot. I got Relic Gamer saying that I'm dumb. Why? Because I have an opinion that is different from yours?
Okay, you know what? I actually kind of think that that's funny. I find it hilarious how he uses that analogy of you are trapped in this bubble and you can't see it from a 360-degree perspective. You fucking can? I'm sorry? Since when can you, someone who was touting and having the same mindset hypocritically of a new product that you were 100% saying, this is the best thing, this is the best thing, this thing sucks, but this is the best thing, and yet you have the audacity to say you can see the entirety of the 360 degrees of notion that you're talking about? And again, it's really funny how he, again, says all of this shit, and you can literally reapply all of those criticisms to the Xbox that is currently sitting fucking behind him. It is incredible. No, seriously, go back, watch that whole clip again, listen to it, and imagine him talking about the Xbox One. It applies the same way, in the same vein as someone who's an extreme on one end, there's the same extreme on the other end. And that's not to say that there are people that are, like, super fans of the Steam Deck, and that's the only thing that they play. It's like, that's true, there might be, and there might be some super PC gamers. And one of the other funny things is that there is a pinned comment in here by the man of G7 Lethal. And holy shit, this is some PC Master Race nonsense that I love to see, because we rarely get to see some PC Master Race stuff. It's incredible. And he actually hearted it, which is hilarious, because it's fucking about someone who's just super into just desktop and PC gaming. And again, this goes to show just how far and wide this sort of quote-unquote boomer mindset can actually become. It depends on the person, depends on a lot of things. But again, essentially, I don't know if I'm going to throw it up, but essentially it just says the Steam Deck is straight up ruined. It's completely fucked up gaming info on how well PC games run now. It's like, no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. First of all, it's just that, you know, it's another point of reference to determine how good games run. It's all this is. But again, to get into his whole big point of this is that he's like, this whole thing is like a cult because they're trying to do this, and you're stuck in this little bubble. It's like, play the fucking meme, future me. Play the future meme me of SAO.
Excuse me? Mr. Kettle, Mr. Pot called. He says you're black!
Anyway, back to it.
Is different from yours? Seriously. Oh my god. I didn't say anything that was necessarily wrong. I just said a few things that triggered you guys to get upset about it. Like I said, it's like this with other products as well, not necessarily the Steam Deck, but like just imagine. Just imagine. You have to go over and look at the comments to understand what I'm saying. Imagine somebody buys a Steam Deck, okay? And they're happy with what they purchased. They're a fanboy of the Steam Deck. Yet, they still feel compelled to somehow find my video that's talking negatively about the device, watch my video, allegedly, and proceed to leave a gigantic comment defending their console. It's like, if you love the device so much, number one, why are you still watching YouTube videos about the device? Isn't that something you do before you make the decision to purchase it? So you've already purchased the device, it's all set up, and you're using it to your heart's content, but you're still completely obsessed with it to the point where you're watching every single YouTube video under the sun about the Steam Deck, positive and negative, and you're clicking on my video even though you've already made up your mind that the Steam Deck can do no wrong, yet you've sought out my video, Little Old Canadian Gamer, and left a comment.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I wanted to let that run to let you see just how stupid that argument is, and how I'm going to completely and utterly destroy it in every single aspect. The main point is that why is someone passionate about something that I'm not passionate about? That's literally all it is. That's it boiled down right there. Am I wrong? No. To those of you who are certainly saying that I'm wrong and that there's more nuances to it, no, that's essentially what he just said. He's not passionate about a lot of things. I mean, he's passionate about some things, but not the thing that other people are passionate about. And why aren't people passionate about this thing? It's like one of those slippery slope arguments, kind of. But the whole thing is that, let me break this down for you. The scenario is that you have the device, and you love this device, and you play with this device a lot, and you want to find out more information about that device. The information and news surrounding the Steam Deck doesn't stop once the Steam Deck is released, or once the Steam Deck is, in your hands. That gathering of information is continuous with any new technology that you have. For example, I'm very passionate about VR, so I make sure to stay on top of what VR news is happening. I own a VR headset, a fully tracked, fully room-scaled Vive Pro with the trackers and the index controllers and 1.0 base stations. I don't just stop watching the things that I'm passionate about, because again, stuff like this is a hobby, which you say that you don't have time for. But going off of that, even more so, why would someone be passionate about it when you completely say wrong things? You say, oh, I didn't get anything wrong. Sir, you got several, if not most of your video was wrong and misinformation entirely. In the sense that now you understand that people can look it up, and now you understand that people can go out and make their purchase decision based on reviews. But you didn't say that in your original video. And you also said that it would work better if it was, in the store, in front of more eyes, without realizing the context behind why certain things sell versus why certain things don't. I, on the other hand, someone who has taken business classes, someone who is currently researching other markets in the international space as a college student, someone who has legitimately done work and sightings on what the fuck to do in terms of literally everything. Well, not literally everything, but in terms of at least the basics on how to research, market, share, market this, and do all that other shit. Don't you think that I know a little bit more about stuff like this than you do? Just a hair, Because I actually have the device. I know about the PC marketplace. I understand what all of the jargon and technobabble means. Do you not think for a moment that just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that other people don't fundamentally understand it? I don't know. Food for thought. But with all that said, I think that we are going to now get into this comment. So this video is already going to be super long as is, so I'm not going to get into too much detail onto this comment, but I want to get to some of the main details that apply specifically to this video. So the comment is by a man of the name Zero. Very creative username, by the way. And it's basically not just a response to a comment, but a response to a lot of the videos that he's had. He brings up specifically 3 videos that he's seen from him, and here's just the small list of issues of stuff that he's made up. 2 of them are about this either device or company called RetroTink 5X, where he said that he called it a cash grab without bringing up any specific points to it. And again, I've seen comments longer than this. So this is about average for like a paragraph for correction comments. Plus, he's not just talking about the one video. But the one that applies to us, and it's towards the bottom here, is that his take on the Steam Deck is laughable, and that you need a, quote, Valve subscription service? Yeah, he said that in the video. This guy's repeating it. And he's asking what the subscription service was, a rhetorical question with the one that he just made up, which he did. He did make that up. He said you need to subscribe to Valve service and install this and install that. You don't. It comes already installed with everything out of the box. And literally, for me, pick up, play, pick up, log in, play. Boom. Done. Nothing short of that. What also is really funny is that he's playing PC games has always been free, and that you are not forced to use their OS. You can use SteamOS, which is Linux-based, or you can use Windows. And here's the big fucking kicker, and the reason why I'm laughing at this comment even more. Quote, I don't even own one, but I know the Steam Deck is probably the most user-friendly, quote, console you can buy. It doesn't limit you whatsoever. Games from other non-Steam libraries? Done. Emulation? Done. You complaining that you need to use this thing is probably the dumbest complaint I've heard for anything ever. Did you think it costed anything Do you think there should be a way to buy games and not have them tied to you? End quote. He is not part of this, quote, cult that you are trying to make amends of. What you are trying to do is, this person is very well informed. And yeah, not a lot of people know what a Steam Deck is. Not that many other people know what the hell an Xbox is. I mean, guess what? Nintendo dominated the market, and they called it a Nintendo for fucking years. So yeah, again, what's really funny is if you look at all the way at the bottom, there's no way in hell I'm reading any of this. Shorten your comments for Christ's sake. Well, if you bothered to read even a little bit of it, I'm fairly certain you'd be way
That's
more
like a mile long.
than you
I hope you didn't type that out with your phone. Hopefully you used a fucking desktop or a laptop to type that out. And you proceed to put me on blast because I'm so wrong about what I said. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like I said, nobody's allowed to have an opinion without being called wrong or dumb or an idiot or a noob. Oh my fucking god. But more to the point, these cultists within the community, it's absolutely ridiculous how they'll take a video and post it on a Discord group chat or in a Reddit forum, and they'll send their hate worshippers after said YouTuber, in this case myself.
Almost as sad as watching someone on a McDonald's laptop trying to utilize audio that sounds like it was somehow screened through a cheese film. Being filmed on a camcorder from 2006 that's probably on its last legs with the battery that he has to remove the battery cover for. And again, this looks like a home movie that someone shot in their basement. So wherever the fuck you think that we are in life, I mean, get a better fucking camera. Just straight up get a better camera, bro. This is annoying. Again, to go after this, you somehow make people like Quantum TV, who films on his fucking phone, and Harmon Smith, who films on what I can only assume to be a MacBook Air from at least very recently, like, I don't know, 2010s or something like that. You somehow make them look better in terms of video quality than you. And again, it's pot, kettle, shut the fuck up.
It's fucking pathetic, man. It's so sad. It's so sad. I got people leaving comments, getting into the technical nitty-gritty, the nuances of the device, if you will, telling me all these things that I said wrong, and getting into specs and how you can do certain things to the device, and no. Like I said, the average consumer doesn't even know the Steam Deck exists, okay? And a lot of consumers that are my age and older, if we could actually go into the store to pick up a Steam Deck, okay, and bring it home, newsflash, a lot of us are busy. We have a life outside of video gaming and YouTube. No, we don't have time to fool around with the device and tinker with the device and install Windows through some backdoor method and, uninstall Linux and do this and do that. And no, we don't have time to fuck around with that. Oh my god.
What? The
I get it.
It's almost
I don't get it.
when you give your opinion on something, and that opinion has some wrong facts about it, and you put those up on a public forum, that people are going to debate you on this. And don't get me wrong, bro. You can have an opinion, but you can have a wrong one. Like a very wrong, ill-informed, dumb opinion. Everyone's got one. Everyone's at least had one once in their life. I'd be surprised if there was a person out there who said, nope, I've never had one in my entire life. You, sir, are a liar. But you're saying all these things, and people are giving and responding to you, and pointing out all of the flaws in your arguments. And you're saying, no. Don't do that. Bad. You sound like you're talking to a dog. or to, like, your kids who, they didn't do anything that terrible. I mean, maybe they drew on the wall and that would require a new coat of paint. Like, that's pretty bad. But at the same time, you know.
Excuse me? Mr. Kettle, Mr. Pot called. He says you're black!
Anyway, continuing on.
You guys that are like, you know, between the ages of like 14 years old to 28, you know, the younger generation, if you will, that still lives at home and has all the time in the world to sit there and tinker around with your technology. You haven't really lived your life yet, okay? Once you actually get married, as an example, buy a house, have other responsibilities in your life, okay, you're quickly going to realize you're not going to be able to spend 3 hours a night tinkering around with your Raspberry Pi or your Steam Deck or anything for that matter. You're just going to want to be able to buy what it is that you want to buy, bring it home, and plug it into your fucking TV. That's why so many people love video game consoles, because you just plug it in.
You know who else like video game consoles? 14 to 28-year-old people. You know who else likes a lot of the plug-and-play console type stuff? 14 to 28 people. And even some of the 30 to 60 crowd. Do you know whose people's opinions never changed and are the reason why the console wars are still happening? Probably between the 30 to 40 people at this point. People who have their dog in their race in their one thing. And I mean, again, totally bad if we decide to show off our cool technology, our cool new device and things, to explain to people why this device is great and what you can do with it, to inform ill-informed people about this device, and to say where you can get it and how you can get it and what you can get with it, and all of the other things and the positives and the negatives that we have. We're not allowed to do that with the Steam Deck. However, you, on the other hand, you can go about gallivanting, completely and utterly just enveloping yourself in the console war. Taking the console peasantry to a new high, to a place where that hasn't been before. Amen, brother. You shill for that fucking Xbox that you have behind you. You tell them how easy it is to plug it into your TV and just game. Even though there's a fucking setup, and it's about this on par with current PC gaming standards. However, is a less powerful PC, and at the same time, you have to have a fucking subscription service for. Not only that, there's very little competition in terms of game pricing. It's almost as if the pots is not calling the kettle black this time. It's calling it white. But at the same time is completely fucking wrong because it makes no fucking sense.
I get it. I don't get it.
You are having the same issue that you were having before. Not willing to change your opinion. And being very hypocritical about people sharing the information that they have about their device. Why is it bad when we do it and not bad when you do it? Just saying.
Your TV and it's ready to go, okay? Jesus Christ. Like I said, we're not allowed to have an opinion. We're not allowed to have an opinion unless it fits your narrative. Isn't that right? Psycho Steam Deck community. A bunch of fucking psychopaths. Honest to fucking God. So toxic, you know?
Okay, nope. There's another minute of this, but I'm done. No, I can't. I can't have another 40-minute video on my hands. This is so fucking dumb. I am so done with this guy's shit. Why? I don't know. Maybe because of the fact that he keeps utilizing the same dumbass sound effects, the same stupid responses. No, I'm not going to give him the rest of this video. I'm not going to let him take up any more of my valuable time on this earth. And in all honesty, I don't give a shit of your opinion, sir. I give enough of a shit to make a video on it. That's it. That's not really saying a lot, because I make a lot of people about a lot of poopy dumb opinions. But yeah. In conclusion, what's the point of this video and why am I making it too? Well, I'm going to be honest. Last week's video was just me celebrating 150 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who subscribed this year. I don't think we're going to hit 200 by the end of the year. If we do, that'd be awesome, but I don't see it happening. But I've never made like a subscriber goal or anything like that, and I got to wrap this up quickly. I've never made a subscriber goal, but I want to hit 200 subscribers before the next year, 2023, is over. That'd just be great, awesome, thankfully. I love all of you for that reason. But yeah, in any case, what's the takeaway from this video and what's the basic conclusion? Well, this guy has now had 2 videos that I've responded to, which means that he's experienced a little thing called a pattern of behavior. And it's not just this video, apparently there is another few videos on it. And if I'm being honest, it's kind of dumb. And really, really stupid, the opinions that he has. And he has, again, that boomer mindset that we all love. And when I say boomer, again, of course, I mean the toxic mindset of not moving on. That's all that I'm saying.
Enough! How dare you mock me in such a manner?
Well, how would you like me to mock you then? I take requests.
I really have nothing else to add to that. I've said all of my pieces, and it's just dumb. Anyway, guys, my name is GamePanguin21. This video is another dumpster fire trash heap from someone who seriously needs a new fucking video. And peace. Off.